Hello, everyone. I'm ZHAO Chuang. Today, we are going to draw the trunk of Sinopliosaurus. Regarding the trunk of Sinopliosaurus, we mainly rely on speculation, because we have absolutely no understanding of its body structure. But according to the body structure of Ichthyovenator and Suchomimus, we can infer what its body looked like. Currently, it was still a basal species of spinosaurids, with the most primitive features of spinosaurids. We speculate it might have a crocodile-like tail. The base of its tail might have raised neural spines that linked to the muscles of the tail. Like many spinosaurids, it might have had a relatively flexible waist, possibly with a gap in this position, as in Ichthyovenator. Its other features included that its trunk might have been pretty round and wide, wider than that of terrestrial Suchomimus, but not as wide as that of Spinosaurus. It had a raised sail-like structure on its back, and this sail-like structure might have strong muscles on the sides, giving it a more rounded trunk. Its legs were a little shorter, but not as short as Spinosaurus. We can mix the above features to shape the look of its trunk. Next, let's get started. During drawing, we need to highlight several important parts of its body. The shoulder blade is the first, which was roughly shaped like this, and situated here. Let's outline the shoulder blade in a slightly vertical shape. There were two main groups of large muscles attached above the shoulder blades. We draw its root, where it connected to the coracoid, and then draw a group of muscles connected to the underside of the neck. The upper part of the shoulder blades was connected to the upper muscles of the neck. This shows the muscles on the side of its neck, extending downward like this. We use dotted lines to draw them. This was the upper outline of its neck, and its throat. This was its neck. Let's briefly outline it. Then we draw the part behind the shoulder blade, where there was a mass of muscles that went all the way to the arm here. Then the upper arm, the forearm, and then its fingers. From its armpits upwards, there was a set of relatively thin triangular muscles that extended to the back. Above the shoulder blades, we use thin lines to draw the shape of its ribs, which formed a large rib cage. We use looser thin lines to draw the more imaginary structures on its trunk. Then its pelvis, which was also its ilium, probably in this position, and was shaped like this. The ilium was attached to the muscles under the tail. Behind the ilium, we draw its triangular thigh. Followed by the muscles on the side of the thigh, then the knee. The part below the knee, we can draw them with solid lines, because a little bit above the knee there was a layer of skin that was connected to the side of the trunk. Below the knee, we draw the shank, its ankle here, and the foot. Next, let's draw its back. On its back, we consider this position as a boundary point. The parts on its both sides were changeable. Above the pelvis, this part bulged upwards, and there was a small bump. Then, its back went upwards from here, which indicated its neural spines were relatively high at this position. This is the outline of its back. Next, we draw its chest from here, followed by its belly. Before drawing the abdomen, we need to know that its knees were here, and this position was in level with its pubis. We connect the abdomen and the pubis like this. Behind the pubis was the ischium, here were its buttocks, connected like this. We simply draw the other hand in the form of silhouette, and the other foot can also be expressed like this. On its back, we can add some details. Draw some shading under this part. The skin that was constantly moving had such folding fan-like wrinkles. There were also some wrinkles along the base of the arm. Next, from the base of the neck, we draw some spikes. And make the spikes bigger at the highest point. These spikes can be arranged large and small at intervals, smaller. In the concaves and larger in the high places. Good, like this, we've finished drawing the trunk of Sinopliosaurus.